Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Brothers, I'm sure by now you heard about what took place in China. And those of us in the knowledge and the truth, we understand that this is a glimpse at what's to come, right? To Babylon the Great. Let's jump right into the lesson in case you haven't heard about this.
All feared missing a day after a strong earthquake hit southwestern China. At least 66 people are now known to have died when the 6.8 magnitude quake struck Sichuan province. Millions of people in the region were already dealing with a COVID-related lockdown. The BBC's Azadeh Mashiri has this report.
This is what a 6.8 magnitude earthquake looks like. And this is what's left of the towns it hit in southwestern China's Sichuan province. Rescue teams have been deployed to find survivors. Some trapped under toppled buildings. Authorities say dozens have been killed and warned hundreds of people are still stranded or missing.
Now, brothers, can you imagine how horrific of a death that would be to be in a building and a damn building collapse on you, or to be running and a building falls on top of you, right? My goodness, man. That's what we have to understand, and we see that even in the scriptures, man. In Haggai, chapter 2, verse 6, this is what the Lord Almighty says. In a little while, I will once more shake the heavens and the earth, the sea and the dry land. Let's go from there. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 19. People will flee into the caves and the rocks and to the holes in the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord and the splendor of his majesty when he rises to shake the earth. So this is coming again, brothers. Let's get one more. Let's get one more and jump right back into the video clipping there, right? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore, I will make the heavens tremble, right? Think about something when you see a thunderstorm coming, right? The lightning makes the sky shake and also the ground shake. It feels like an earthquake, right? And the earth will shake from its place at the wrath of the Lord Almighty in the day of his burning anger, right? So we see through scriptures, this is ahead, man. This is coming.
We'll continue to seize every minute and second to rescue the injured and check the disaster situation. Carry out rescue work in a scientific and efficient way so as to ensure the injured people are transferred and treated as quickly as possible.
For those still under a strict COVID lockdown, there was no escape from the buildings they've been confined to. And away from urban areas, landslides have destroyed roads and created several obstacles for rescue teams.
You know what? That's how brilliant the Most High is. He already had the country under lockdown, right? So people couldn't leave their apartments, their homes. And then he turned around and hit them with an earthquake, right? When you hear things like that, all you can say is, my God, have mercy on me. You know, man.
It's made getting survivors to safety challenging. Teams have sometimes had to use makeshift bridges to carry people through. Police and relief teams have also set up tents and food supplies for anyone who's been displaced by the quake. Here a reporter asks whether the family in this tent has eaten anything. Yes, they say, some instant noodles. Meteorologists have now warned that they're expecting significant rain to follow, making rescue operations even more difficult.
Well, you brothers listening to what she just said, heavy rains to follow, making rescue efforts more difficult. So let me get this straight, Lord. First you caused COVID to hit China, so people had to stay in their homes. Then you caused that great earthquake of a 6.8 magnitude, the worst earthquake, one of the worst earthquakes they've ever seen, right? Then for the survivors, right, that are stuck in the debris in the buildings, they're going to get heavy rains for the next several days. That's why the scripture states it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. My goodness, man. Let's get back into the scriptures here. Let me come out of this. Let me go here. We go to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. The Lord Almighty will come with thunder and earthquake and great noise. Right? Remember, the scripture says he shall come from heaven. He shall fall down. He should come to the earth. Pardon me, brothers, it's late. With the shout of an archangel. Everybody's going to see him. Let me keep reading the scriptures. With windstorm and tempest and flames of devouring fire. And what that's going into the chariots. That's also going to have those laser beams. That's what it's talking about, that devouring fire. Remember, Isaiah chapter 66 talked about that devouring fire as well, right? Let's go from there. Let's go to Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 26. At that time, his voice shook the earth, but now he has promised, once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heavens. When it talks about at that time, we gotta go and grab that too as well. Exodus chapter 19, verse 18. When it referenced that time, it's talking about this particular time right here in Exodus. Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord descended on it in fire. The smoke billowed up from it like smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. What was that? An earthquake. Let me come out of this, brothers. Let me come out of this. Let me go to this here. Right? Let me go here. You're damn right, man. On that day, people are going to be in amazement. Scared as hell. Running for cover. Ducking, hiding. Let me come out of this, man. Let me come out of this. Look at the fear on this man's face here. Right? Look at the fear on this man's face here. He doesn't know what to do. Let me come out of this, brothers. Let me go back. Even as prophesied in Luke chapter 21, verse 11. Right? That's how we know the end is near. Because they said, Lord, when would the just paraphrasing here, when will these signs be? How do we know you're coming? How do we know you're here? He says, this is what the Lord's reply was. This is what Yahushai's reply was to them. There will be great earthquakes, right? Famines. Aren't they perpetually talking about upcoming famines? Then an earthquake just happened. And pestilence in various places. Aren't they talking about COVID-19, a resurgence of that? Getting jabbed again for that? And fearful events and great signs from heaven. Come on, man. We almost to the end. We almost to the end, man. Revelations. This is why I said this is a glimpse at what's to come. Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. At that very hour, there was a severe earthquake, and a tenth of the city collapsed. 7,000 people were killed in the earthquake, right? And that 7,000 doesn't mean a literal 7,000. That's talking about a complete number of people. And the survivors, who were the elect, who were taken up in the chariots, were terrified, because we're going to be terrified to see that, but we're going to be giving glory and praise, as it says here, and gave glory to the God of heaven, because he beamed us up in those chariots to save us from that, right? Let me go back to that again, man. Look at this guy's face here. He don't know what the hell to do, man. They don't know what to do. Run, hide, duck, cover. Look at that, man. Look at that, brothers. You see this man here running for his damn life, brothers. But on that day, it will not be an escape. unless you are part of the hopefully elect, in which I pray that I am, and I pray that you brothers are as well. Shalom.